Welcome, everyone, to this wonderful new issue of GenMeta, our Masks a New Generation actual play series here on the Starfield. I am Rev. I am your editor in chief, your game master, the one above all, what have you. Now let's meet the rest of our players and get into today's session. Let's start with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Cryptid.
Oh. Hi, I'm Cryptid. I'm playing Hound using the Reformed playbook.
Alrighty. I'm Arkai.
Hi all, Arkai again. Here to be playing as Leviathan using the transformed playbook.
Coolio Schoolio. Next up, let's go with Zoup.
Hi, I'm Zoup. You can find me all over the internet as Zoup Machine, but my mom calls me Pyrrha, and I am playing Gravitas, who is the Nova.
Alrighty. And last but certainly not least, Dice.
And hi, I'm Dice, and I am playing Pyrrha or Cassandra, and I'm using the Doomed playbook.
Alrighty. Cool. So, in our last session, the yet to be named team got together at Pyrrha's house to conduct a ritual and summoned the Greek god Apollo with the intention of fixing the sanctuary's pools of healing waters so that they could get Hound healed up from all of his bullet wounds. But the changing out of the waters was going to take time and was going to take another ritual in order to fix it to this current plane of existence. So Apollo agreed to get new water and in the meantime just heal Hound because it would have taken too long. So after healing Hound, the group invited Gravitas over to Pyrrha's house, which she accepted and brought her mother along, who quickly became friends with Mr. Alexios, the father of Pyrrha, and the group got together. They had a bit of a sleepover while they also uh, contacted their agent friend, maybe, at Tarj, who secured them a, who may be securing them a secret hideout to be a more permanent fixture for the sanctuary. We start this issue the next morning. Uh, we'll start with Pierre and Gravitas. Are you doing anything in the morning to prepare yourselves?
What day is it?
The next one.
Okay, in the week.
Good answer. Good answer.
This is not Family
Uh,
Feud.
Nor are they always good
roll a
answers.
d8.
And on a one, roll again.
There's one.
I was gonna
It's
say
an
on
8.
a D- yeah, on a d8 reroll. On an 8 reroll.
There
Okay,
you go.
5.
Okay, so it's Friday.
Okay, I gotta go to school. So I would probably be trying to get up as quietly as possible Because I'd probably like quietly get dressed, get ready for school, grab all my stuff, and go, "Hey, Gravitas, you up?"
Um, I think you can call me Shinobu now.
Oh, okay.
Or you can call me Gravitas. I mean, both are probably okay. I don't know.
Well,
We should check in with Hound.
do you?
The
Do
girl's
I
gonna
call him Daniel? I'm so confused. I'm
Do you
still really sleepy.
default to hero names just so you don't get in the habit of calling people by their real names around the public? But either way, um, do you have to like be at school or anything?
I haven't gone to school in several years.
Okay.
explain so
Okay. Well then, I need to go to school because I still do. But I left like a
Do you,
towel
do you need me to
on.
leave?
No, Dad's shift shouldn't be until later. And I mean, Hound is staying with us for a bit, so someone will be here for sure. But I have to get to school, so I'm not late. So, but I left like towels for if you wanted to go take a shower or something. And there's lots of different like food. Like we've got Pop Tarts and Eggos and stuff like that in the kitchen. So help yourself. It was good having you here, and Cassandra will take off.
That was really nice.
Alrighty. So then we will move to Hound. What are you doing in the morning?
I like to think he's covered in bruises after trying to arm wrestle.
And sleeping.
Well, much like Cryptid, Hound is currently sipping some coffee.
Hmm. Are you drinking?
Wait, so like Pyrrha comes
Drinking
downstairs and just
coffee
sees.
in the afternoon right now? Jeez, man.
So,
Wait,
so
it's-
does Pyrrha
And
come
this
down and just
No, that was
see
just
him
talking to
drinking
you as a
coffee?
player.
This is cryptid. This is cryptid cutting back on coffee too.
Uh,
This is only my first cup of the day. Leave me alone. I work till 11:30 and I go to bed at 3 a.m. every night. Leave me alone.
To be
No.
fair, I'm about to crack into a monster, so
I've been drinking energy drinks for the past 3 hours.
I'm not alone. If anything,
Some of
I'm healthier because I'm drinking black coffee.
I'm trying to make a joke about cracking into a monster and monster fuckers, but it's just not coming to me.
Neither
Well,
is the
yeah.
monster,
You
apparently. Heyo!
I'm playing a Greek character. Are we surprised?
It's eventually gonna happen somewhere.
Anywho,
Uh.
yes, so Hound is having coffee. Leviathan, are you joining in the kitchen for some morning morning food and drink?
Yeah, probably. I'm pretty sure. Just whatever the doorways will manage to let me through without much effort.
The doorways do manage to let you through.
And then yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be.
Look, I'm
Are you
sorry
all-
I woke you up. I tripped over your tail. I'm not used to waking up next to people with tails.
Did you fall asleep
Not
in the
important.
garage?
100% he did.
Yeah, okay.
Aww.
All right, I've had it. I'm going to bed. It just passes out on the spot. You're like, all right, then call it good. Suppose I can't fault it. That doesn't change the fact that I woke up on the wrong side of the bed for that.
I think they'll both see Pyrrha just kind of run into the kitchen, grab like a protein bar,
and like a bottle of water or something, kind of look at both of them and go, "Okay, good. You found the coffee. Bye," and just takes off.
Oh yeah, she still goes to school.
Shouldn't you be doing that?
I'm 19, 18, I'm something.
Did you graduate?
No, I was in prison.
Whose fault is that?
I mean, I graduated.
I mean,
You can technically graduate in prison.
I
Did you get
mean,
your
like,
GED?
There's also that.
oh. When did this suddenly become about my education?
This is just
Dear
world
God,
building for
guys,
you.
Shit.
Shouldn't you be going to school if we're going to be talking about this, Reese?
I'm homeschooled.
My point is still valid.
I'm taught by a science professor. What's your excuse?
I was taught by a renowned art thief. Yeah, that doesn't add up.
I was gonna say the best you have is gymnastics. I'll grant you that, but beyond that, not sure you've got much else. In
You could
for-
study with me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ah! I can think that she just floats in quietly. Ah!
Ah, I forgot you can float. You
You'd be a
didn't make
hell
a
of a
goddamn
thief, I'm not gonna
sound.
So I'd be good at sneaking.
Yeah.
In theory. In theory.
Yeah.
No one can hear your footsteps if you don't have footsteps.
To be fair, they wouldn't have had footsteps anyway.
Wait, shouldn't you be going to school? Is Pyrrha the only one who's responsible?
I'm homeschooled.
Just me and Orion. Mm,
I miss him.
you do too.
I'm working towards my GED. You could join me. It might make classes more fun.
Might behoove you to be a little bit more formally educated.
Think about it.
Yeah, couldn't hurt.
Without Pyrrha there, I kind of wish Pythos would just be yelling at Hound, because it seems like Pythos likes to yell at Hound.
Yeah.
Like, school, bitch.
Pythos is currently asleep in a cage in the or wait, no, he sleeps in your room.
He's on a perch.
Yeah. He's just asleep on a perch.
Does he snore?
There's perches around the house.
No.
Wait, can birds snore?
Yes. There's a little video of a hummingbird that snores.
While it's not a common or normal behavior, some birds have been observed making sounds that could be mistaken for snoring, especially hummingbirds and some larger birds.
Told you.
Hey, Zoup,
Yeah,
put it on the list.
I'm putting it on the list.
I want to know this list. What is this
I'm
list?
here.
We'll talk about it off stream.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So yes, so he is. So Pythos is not snoring, but is just currently like sleeping with his head like tucked into his wings.
Attaboy.
All right.
Uh,
So, while we have 3 out of the 4 of us, we should probably discuss the most important matter we're all dealing with right now.
Wait, how is there only 3 out of 4 of us?
Because
Did Pyrrha
Pyrrha
already
went to
leave?
school.
Okay, Pyrrha already left up.
What the fuck are we calling ourselves?
Oh, I thought it was going to be
Roger.
the fact that none of us live here. Like, this isn't any of our house.
I live here.
Well, okay, I
Rarely.
guess.
He technically lives here. He just doesn't pay rent. I mean, Pyrrha lives
Well, he
here,
just moved in. He hasn't had the time to give first and last.
right? Technically, you and I are guests here, but it's more so to stay out of the public eye, in my case. More places I have to move about, the better.
I can try teleporting you back to your place.
That is a little
How
ways. And all.
far can you teleport in one go?
Eyesight.
So people are just gonna have like a
Well, currently my farthest teleport is about a street. Like I went across a street once.
So are you suggesting that you're gonna take Leviathan? There's just gonna be sightings of Leviathan all over the place for like 5 seconds as you reorient yourself?
I mean, that's how I got to Leviathan last time. He called in saying he was shot. I'm not the only one. I know it's surprising.
Hey, mine was a graze. You took like 3 direct hits.
Shut up. He called saying he was
Yeah.
shot, and I had to get to him quickly, so I just made short hops until I was at him.
Pulled it dishonored.
I will say your longest jump has been about 40 feet.
Yeah, about across the street.
Yeah.
Right now.
And that almost overclocked your suit.
And also, have you ever tried teleporting with someone else before?
Yes. That's how I got shot.
True.
So it doesn't necessarily work.
I mean, no, but it's probably the best option we have besides digging a hole in the backyard and letting him enter the sewer from there. But I don't think Mr. Alexios would appreciate that very much.
You hang out in the sewer?
It's the easiest way for me to get around without being seen.
You know they're going to start patrolling, right?
That's assuming they know of my method. If they can't find me after a certain period of time, they might check.
Does anybody else live in the sewers?
The occasional homeless person is found down there.
What about like giant mutant rats?
I heard about a story, and I heard about
their 4 teenage sons made up of turtles. Yeah, I don't know. Practice kung fu.
a few decades ago back in Horizon City.
Oh. So, Rev, are there giant mutant rats in the sewers?
So,
Do I feed the gators? Are they my pets? I don't know.
I mean, I'll say that you have not encountered any I mean, you've definitely encountered some very large rats.
Yeah.
But you have yet to encounter other mutants like yourself in the sewers.
Yeah.
But
So nothing
you
beyond
have
what
been
you
made
maybe-
aware that there are mutants like yourself that exist.
Fair. Then I will express that. Gravitas in turn. It's just, yeah, I can't say I've seen anything like that personally. That doesn't
We've got
deny their existence entirely.
what if we got like T-Rex costumes, blow up T-Rex costumes, and we all walked together?
Let's see. What year was this, Rev?
This is like the mid 2010s.
Those were technically exploding in popularity at about that time.
You look a little different than a blow up T-Rex costume. I'm just saying.
I spent extra money on my cosplay, goddammit.
Okay.
Sure.
Bringing it back. I do think it would behoove us to investigate where that shot came from yesterday.
How do we do that?
Well,
I don't even know where it came from.
it's not going to be easy, but
So does that mean that if if you can help me plan out a map of like what was going on at the time, can we do some math and figure out the roughly where the shot would have come from?
Are you good at
well,
math?
I might not have to be. My dad is.
well, all the buildings behind the truck are out of the picture because you can't shoot through a truck.
So that
It has to have come from in front of him. It couldn't have come from the side based on how he fell.
Exactly. So let's map out the scene, and we'll spend today doing research on that front. And then perhaps when Pyrrha returns, we can determine a course of action.
Well, maybe you should do that while I go and try to talk to the captain.
Captain.
Captain
Part of
Crunch?
I know it's breakfast time. I know it's breakfast time. No.
Oh, sorry. I was just telling you what I was eating.
No,
course, I'm serious.
Ambrose.
Doesn't
The
he
one
want to
who-
stick you in jail?
He doesn't know me behind the mask.
To be fair, he's better suited for it than I would be.
Uh,
He and I have already had a
he's a
run in.
lieutenant, by the way.
He's what?
That's why I was like,
Lieutenant.
so I was like, Captain.
To be fair, Ambrose might not even be conscious. He was in a bad fucking way when I left him.
Yes. Hound, are you the kind of person to watch the news?
After yesterday, yeah, the news is on.
Okay, so yeah, one of the top stories was definitely the fact that that Lieutenant John Ambrose is currently in the ICU.
I was half
Uh,
expecting you to be like, oh yeah, no, he's just dead. We're like, after all the work we put into that
he-
man, he's gone.
he is currently in the ICU, and is and reports do not say whether or not he is conscious.
Look, it's
After several hours of surgery to try and save him from a devastating wound.
it's either I try to get into the hospital and look over his records, or we're operating on very limited information.
The question is are they still going to be on patrol while their leaders, well, laid up?
Honestly, it's probably going to be worse.
Yeah.
I could go to the police station.
And do what exactly? What would be your intent?
I don't know. I could tell them that I was there when
They know you were there.
when the guy was shot, and I was
Be fair.
concerned about his well-being, and then ask if they figured out who shot him, because I'm pretty sure it was none of the people behind me.
Well, would they tell you who shot him even if they knew?
Well, I mean, at least then we'd know that they're not just assuming that it's you guys and they're actually doing the detective work.
Well, to be fair, the
find
chief of
out who it
police don't
is.
have a lot of reason to give us benefit of the doubt.
I mean, well,
Besides the
maybe.
fact that none of us have used firearms in the past.
No, but that wouldn't stop them from coming. They're going to J. Jonah Jameson this nonsense. They're going to twist it in some way that makes it our fault.
It's true.
I'm gonna go to the police station.
Hound, maybe you should go with her.
Shinobu, you have to understand, they know you were there. They'll know your face.
Yeah,
You're on the news.
it actually does show amateur recording of the incident with Shinobu in her wheelchair, yelling at the lieutenant before he gets shot.
Oh,
Yeah, they know I was there. That doesn't mean they know who I am.
In all likelihood, they will detain you for questioning.
I tried to save Ambrose as not myself, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did. And there's uh and then there's also like interviews from like people on the street, uh in and very, conflicting feelings about your team. There's
Conflicting's better
those who,
than bad, so that's a start.
yeah, there are some who are very much on Gravitas's side during that argument, who was just like, hey, they stopped a robbery, the police showed up, and then all hell broke loose. It was once the police showed up.
Oh, like real
Uh,
life. Got it.
you know,
Look, I'm not saying no, Shinobu. I'm just saying you have to be ready for hours of interrogation.
Just in
I
case.
mean, it can't be any more boring than hours of class.
Fair enough. I like the way you think, kid. Let's go.
Then I'm gonna work on taking concepts from the news, the amateur footage, the actual footage, and so on and so forth to kind of get somewhat of a landscape. And since this is the era of 2015, roughly, I'm
Yeah.
gonna say I'm also gonna be checking Google Maps and things akin to that in this universe to get a visual representation of the world of where that scene took place. And see if I can do some math. And if I can't do the math, I'm gonna go visit
All right.
Dad.
So
Someone please message Pyrrha and tell her what the plan is.
I got it. Just keep an eye on the on the new one.
to do that, I'm gonna
Meanwhile,
have you
here is
roll. I'm gonna have you roll plus superior.
Superior?
Yes,
Because
this
you're
is
better
all
than
about
us.
because
I'm
you have a
not.
better brain.
I was taught. Okay. It doesn't get much more
Ro-
mathy than science.
Yeah,
math.
superior is
I
a
mean, math
stat for
would be
your
more math.
seeing how big of a brain you have.
Yeah, who has the big brain, mister? You should get a GED.
What's your superior at there, Chief? Just for the sake of comparison.
Hound's superior is a -1.
I'm at a 0. Shut up. 11.
You rolled an 11. All right. So, based on what you can describe, or just from everything that you see, and everything that you recall, the shot
Hmm?
would have come from the top of a tall office building at the end of the street.
Would I be able to identify which one? Via the
Probably
trajectory.
not. Probably not. Like via the trajectory, you could tell that it came from someplace high, the direction that it came from, but there's not enough footage of the surrounding street
Mhm.
for you to tell.
I'm gonna throw a weird idea to the wind. There didn't happen to be a Moogle car going by at that time who happened to catch the bullet mid-flight, did it?
No,
I didn't figure, but I
you were
thought
not
I'd
that
ask.
lucky. You were not that lucky.
That would be the first time we had something go right for us in the past little bit. I was just trying to see if we had something.
I would
They
definitely argue that we had a lot go right last episode.
Yeah, that's
also
one.
will probably, I would say that in a world of superhero, Moogle Maps would have protocols in place to have their street view car avoid supervillain fights.
Probably.
No, their Moogle Maps cars are just bulletproof. They're like the bank trucks.
Well, it's also it's one to avoid uh damage to the driver or car, and also to not glorify any supervillain activity.
I feel like there's pictures on there somewhere. There's Google Maps covers a big part of the world. Why not?
Yes, but they probably try to avoid supervillain
Yeah,
Hey
no, I
guys,
activities
I
agree.
by
think we're getting in the weeds a little bit
I
with
know. I just
this
thought it was
fake
funny.
tech company.
we are.
Yeah, but
Uh,
okay. So, how many office buildings are in that general direction, roughly at the range that's estimated?
there are about 3.
That's a start. Are they all right next to each other?
They are all near each other. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, then, based on that math, I will say is that I will plot that out and look at what buildings are they, if I might ask. What are the businesses that they are there at each one?
All
What
right.
type of work is it that they do?
All right.
I know it's a bit of a lore question, but
Yes. So
I guess maybe an easier thing to answer is there any of the buildings that stand out?
part
uh
of the reason I inquire was just that way. It was like, hey, if we can find someone who might have access to these things, or might have knowledge of people or connections or a job even to any of these particular buildings, we can at least determine who might have been a culprit.
uh so there there really isn't much that you would there is a hotel.
Okay.
There is a uh uh oh, there is a just a financial building, and then there is an office building for Festus Industries nearby.
See. All right.
Yeah, because you were right in the middle of downtown.
Yeah. That's how I'm just trying to kind of get it sorted. All right. Well, I'll say I'll
Sorry,
take.
what does Festus Industries mean to us?
So Festus Industries is the city's uh main like business. Uh Kind of like how Gotham has Wayne Industries uh and Metropolis has LexCorp. Uh Zephyr City's biggest industrial employer is Festus Industries, and you know, they have a lab where the party first did their had their first big supervillain fight. They own a lot of different industrial complexes and and warehouses, factories, and there was a there was an office building owned by them that happened to be at the end of the street.
All right. Say I took a couple hours of just researching time. I'll say let's move on to probably Pyrrha or the other two.
Okay.
It'll take a couple hours to get that sorted.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go over to Gravitas and Hound, and then afterwards we'll have Pyrrha's end of the school day.
All right, so so Shinobu.
Do I call you Dan or Daniel or
When we're dealing with the
Danny
police, or not?
Poo?
No. When we're
Go to the
dealing with
police. These are all wrong.
when we're going to the police, you're not using my real name at all.
I don't understand. You gave me the number of the FBI and told me to call them and tell them your real name.
Are you trying to turn me in right now?
No, I'm just confused. What do I call you then?
That's a good question given the context.
This is what I was trying to warn you, that I'm going to be using a fake name.
Oh, okay. What's your fake name?
Uh,
What's Daniel backwards?
he's going to pull out a wallet, and you're going to see like the stack where you can have licenses is like thick,
Mhm.
and he's gonna pull the entire stack out and say, "Pick one."
Oh, fake IDs? Had so many fake IDs. Um,
Not look like an Okimbe. I'm just saying, this one's wrong.
she looks at them and like with an expert eye chooses the one that looks most correct.
You don't just have like 8 of these on hand, do you? Like you have these like names planned out, what their jobs were, anything.
Of course, I don't have 8 on hand.
Damn it! That'd be ridiculous.
I have 12.
I knew it.
Good boy.
I have you pinned, dude. I have this figured out. This is great. All right, so fair enough.
Hound looks. Hound looks at the fake ID. Henry Stone from Massachusetts.
All right, Henry, what are you doing all the way here from Massachusetts?
What's the story, bub?
Just in case they ask. Are
Yeah.
you like how are we related in this case?
We met yesterday.
And then
I
went
helped you.
home together? Like why would we
And
be
then-
together after the next day?
He's from
We
out of
met, yes.
town. He's visiting at school. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm from out of town. I'm visiting the city. This is a major metropolitan city. Like
You're
people
visiting
come
the
here
city
to
for the
visit.
weekend. Today was Friday.
And,
Yeah.
and he technically is an adult.
I mean, you pointed out that they're going to ask a lot of questions and it doesn't sound like you've got this buttoned up.
He's your out of state boyfriend visiting for the weekend.
She is underage.
I'm
Yeah,
18.
but it's 19.
Oh, never mind.
And there you go. Solves that problem.
We've gone over this so many times. She is 18.
I am the youngin. It's okay.
Okay. We met online. We became friends. I came out here to visit you for the week.
Okay.
We ended up there yesterday. You got involved in all of that.
You don't happen to have, just in case they like check my social media, you don't happen to have like a fake ID that says Finley Fisher by any chance, do you?
No.
Okay, I mean, that would have worked out
Yeah,
way
trash
better.
your
Okay.
messages.
Look, it'll be fine. They probably won't ask many questions about our relationship.
Well, if
Doesn't
we're going
matter,
in
I mean.
together, I mean, okay. This is the first time I've done something like this.
All right, just remember, if you ever feel like you don't know how to answer their questions, all you do is say lawyer.
That would be really suspicious.
You'd have to be detained for that to work.
If they have her in the interrogation room, that she is detained.
Maybe.
How are we getting to the police station?
Right now,
Should I
I've just
call
been
one?
walking. I've just been pushing her down.
You guys are going over the story. Onlookers are like, what the hell are they? I'm telling you, that name's not going to work.
If they ask,
hella confusion.
I was actually just gonna say that the scene transitions to you in front
Okay.
of the police station.
The scene
we-
transitions
Yes, you
seamlessly.
you are able to get to the police station through the turn of the comic book page.
Perfect.
Magic.
Damn, that is super efficient travel. I need to look into that.
Yeah.
it's called fast travel. We didn't have any enemies nearby.
It's also why we don't sleep sometimes.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
You're welcome. Have fun with that. You're welcome.
Mad at you.
Yes. So you make your way to the police station. You go up the tacked on and a very inconvenient and handicap ramp up to the police station. You know the kind in some government buildings.
Yeah, the only reason you're able to push me all the way up it because the incline is so bad is because of the gravity manipulation.
Yeah, yeah. I got this. Oh shit, this is nice.
Uh,
The chair's
yeah.
like slightly off the ground.
What are y'all doing? Uh, once you head on in, uh, and you're just going to the nearest police station,
Whichever the one,
or did you go to the main police headquarters?
Maine.
whichever police station, yeah, yeah.
All right, so yeah, you're going to the police headquarters, and you're immediately in this very large, stone lobby area. There's metal detectors and stuff, and that you have to go through.
You don't have like
Um,
knives or anything on you, do you?
Nothing that would set off a metal detector.
Resin knives, got it.
um, yeah. Seeing Shinobu, the uh, the officer who manning the metal detectors, kind of directs you both to the special one for uh, wheelchair users. And you go through, and then there's a large desk that has a couple of officers just manning the desks, answering calls, and getting people checked in. And there's just a woman in uniform standing there as or sitting there as you come up, and just goes, "So what can I do for you?"
Hi, my name is Shinobu Sharma, and I am a student activist that happened to be at the terrorist attack uh, yesterday that was then overrun by police officers, and I saw a man got shot right in front of me. I don't know his name, but I figured I would see if he's okay.
I'm sorry, there was a terrorist attack?
Well, I don't know if you would call it a terrorist or attack. It was a dude in a clown costume. I guess you could call it a hysterical attack if you really wanted to.
Hysterist?
She's talking about the
That
incident yesterday where the task force met with uh, heroes
Thank God.
downtown.
You're not allowed to PR anymore. Thank God you saved it.
Oh, you're talking about the armored car robbery.
Yes.
Yeah, that wasn't terrorism, darling. That was just an armored
No,
car
what was
robbery.
terrorism was the police force coming after those heroes.
Oh, God damn it.
I know that you're very emotional. I'm sure. Uh, from what I can heard about that, it must have been very traumatizing to see. Yeah, but you know, those police officers are doing their jobs. They're trying to keep everybody safe. If
Well, did you find out who shot him?
oh, listen, I just worked the front desk, hon.
Well, then send me to the right person.
She would like to give a statement about her experience yesterday.
Okay, that's fine. Hmm, I can I can see who may be in charge of that, so that you can give your statement. And but you gotta sit down. Sorry. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Please have a seat over there. Over there.
Please move over there. I will call you when you're ready. Okay.
Please let it
Okay.
be Ruskin, for the love of God.
Oh,
Um,
Ruskin's chief of police. He doesn't handle detective work.
No, I just figured
Uh,
maybe it was, since it was hero related, maybe he'd have
I'll
an interest.
I'll move over and just as we're waiting there, just go, Shinobu, how long do you think you can distract these guys?
Oh no.
yeah, Henry, how do
I'm
you?
speaking quietly so that they can't
Yeah.
hear us.
How do you know? How did you know like the right things to say?
Been in trouble a lot.
This isn't my first time in a situation like this.
Bad,
Okay.
bad.
Well, I don't know.
We're not there to help them.
How well do you think I did at distracting them there? I can just do more of that.
Yeah, just keep doing more of that. Just
Okay.
don't actually break any laws. Like, don't reach across the table and try to hit them.
Don't reach for the firearm with a T-Rex grabber. Don't do that.
Don't
I
use your powers. Just yell at them, be unhelpful. Just, you want to give a statement, but be as unhelpful as you can.
Beat around the bush.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think you can do that for an hour?
An hour? What are you gonna do?
That's a good question.
Investigate.
Yo, oh my god.
I mean, I'm not
No.
gonna be able to distract the whole police station.
Well, you don't need to distract the whole police station, but I need just an opening to get in there.
Okay. Well, we gotta wait for her to like call us over, anyways. Time passes. Tick 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 tick.
Yeah. So yeah. You did get called over. And uh, and you said, all right. So we do. I do. I have called over uh, Detective Byrne, who is the one in charge of the investigation for that incident. And they should be over in about 15 minutes if you don't mind waiting a little bit longer so that you can take your statement, or we can have you brought over to the room where we can get your official statement and you can wait for him there.
Why don't you bring her over to the room? Do you have a place where I can, drop the kids off at the pool?
I'm sorry, what?
Sit on the porcelain throne.
Hun,
Take the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Hun, if you needed to use the bathroom, you could have just asked.
I am.
Bud.
Where he's from, it's always some other turn of phrase. It's what happens when he's from Massachusetts. Clearly. Thanks, Henry.
All right. Yeah. And she uh she points over. It's right over there. It's a little bit down that hall. First door on the right, and is the men's room. We can have some officers take your lady friend here to the room for questioning and to get her statement.
There's so much of me that just had this moment of wishing that Daniel looks like Cryptid and like exactly like you look right now, and just having this moment of bold of you to assume my gender.
Well, both
Well,
both
they already
Daniel
made,
and Cryptid are the heest of hymns.
and not to
I
mention,
know, but
they've
it
already
was,
made fun of a paraplegic. It wouldn't be outside the question to accidentally fuck up something else.
I know it would just be a funny moment.
Yeah, why not?
So, when I get to the restroom,
Okay.
in true superhero fashion, is there a vent?
No.
Unlikely.
None big enough to crawl through.
Are you
Good.
sure? Maybe he should roll for it.
It's a city police station. You're lucky they have toilet paper.
It's one ply, dude. It's sandpaper.
ugh.
Uh, and what exactly are you wearing your super suit under your normal clothes?
Yeah.
You know that has predator camouflage, right?
Now I do.
The courier was using that.
Listen, you told me it could teleport and create clones of myself, and I've only done one of those things.
We have clones?
Are
Holy shit.
you're right. I did say it illusory clones. Um I had the stats pulled up. It
Huh.
doesn't do like full predator camouflage, but like
Is it like halo invisibility camouflage?
yeah, kind of.
So there's light warping around you. So if at a glance someone might not see it, but if they focus on it, they might catch you.
What is
Yeah.
that outline of a person?
Cool. Well, I'm gonna
That's
try
why it's
to.
so fast.
What I am trying to do is I'm trying to sneak in there and actually find any files that they actually have on the case already.
Okay. I also will say it won't work on your trench coat and fedora. It just works on the suit.
Well, I don't have the trench coat and fedora right now.
Okay.
He's visiting his girlfriend from out of state right now. Anyway, be a little
Yeah.
odd.
You know, it gets a little windy. You might need a trench coat.
It's a little windy in Zephyr City.
You established this is Chicago.
Yeah.
Who'da figured?
But yeah. So uh to overcome this obstacle, I'm gonna need you to unleash your power.
Okay, and that's plus freak.
Plus freak.
Okay.
Isn't your plus freak like -3?
No, my plus freak is 0.
Mine's -2, which is the lowest it goes because people keep ruining it for me.
Being so human.
It's my job.
Boy, Rev, me rolling to unleash my powers to go invisible
Mm-hmm.
brings back some memories.
Yep.
That's concerning.
You
7.
played a light manipulator.
Yeah.
What'd you roll?
7.
You rolled a 7.
I am proud of you.
He rolled a success, even a partial. Hell
You rolled
yeah.
a partial success. So you can so you can either mark in condition to make it a full success, or I can tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
How is this unstable or temporary? My good them.
So,
It's your first time.
so this, well, one, yes, this is your first time using it. It is temporary because of all of the functions of this suit, this is the most draining of the power supply on the suit. Uh, so you start going through this, and you it starts to slowly fade as you are uh looking through to try and find uh where are you trying to go to get this information?
Listen in. You gotta go to the records room. Where are you going, Mister
I'm,
Delinquent?
I'm going to the records room first, and the
Heck yeah.
evidence locker second.
Evidence
Okay.
locker. Oh
So
boy.
going through the records room, you're not really able to find anything. Just like an incidents report of uh of of the incident, you know, attacked by unseen assailant, large caliber GSW. You know,
But they
uh,
specify unseen assailant.
uh, un, unseen ally of target, unseen assailant, assumed ally uh, of targets.
Okay,
Get,
that's good to
get
know.
rid of that part.
It's written in pen. What do I do?
Yeah.
Redact it.
Um,
Clearly.
it's just one of those erasable pens that were a thing for a while.
Yeah. That.
Um, but yes, I Lieutenant Ambrose was rushed uh, ow, to Siegel and Schuster, her Memorial Hospital.
Okay. Picture.
Hmm?
I'll just take a photo of that, and then I will move on to the evidence locker.
Yeah. The evidence locker, there isn't much in there regarding that incident. Um,
Does it have
there
the bullet?
they do not. They do not have the bullet.
Shit.
It's still in him.
Uh, they do have the clown's hammer though.
Bonko, right? Oh boy.
Yep, Bonko.
Not
They have
not
Bonko the
stealing the
hammer.
hammer. It's too
Uh,
big.
they have the handgun and also
What's
just
the
a cadre of different things. Uh there is in a like glass container there a what looks to be a pie. Mm, and
It's his
uh
plantable C4.
and it says and there's a label that says warning caustic substances.
Oh, how did they determine that?
wait?
Who ate
You
the
said a
pie and found
handgun. Who had the handgun?
Oh, the
the
clown.
clown? Remember, he got out of the armored car and started shooting off into randomly.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I'm not.
he wasn't like shooting into the air. He was just like stumbling and like clicking the trigger.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Very much.
He had that.
Very much. Hound does not care about the evidence they have against Bucko or Bunko or whatever the clown's name is.
Ripper.
Bonko was the hammer's name.
Yeah.
Well. Okay. Well, that doesn't work.
Ripper almost ripped your arm off. And it is at this time that the suit starts to flicker and eventually you are just left in the evidence locker in your suit
That's great news.
as
That's
your
wonderful.
as the belt that is part of it kind of flashes red.
So I'm going to
with
ask a very interesting question here.
Mhm.
Do they have another courier suit in here?
No, they don't. You're the only one who was able to actually apprehend a courier.
Welcome.
Well, that's fantastic. I love that for me. This is great. This is where I want to be. This is all going according to plan. We should probably swap to a different character really quick.
Yes.
I do
Which
have
is
something
actually
to do with school.
yes.
There's also
Which is
still an
why we're going
interrogation.
to Pyrrha in school. You're sitting eating lunch, blissfully unaware of anything that has been going on with the rest of the day when you hear a little beep on your communicator.
Okay, answer it.
Yes.
No?
And it you just hear a hi, hello. Oh, Uh, you there?
Hi. Yeah. Hi.
Okay, so good news. I was able to secure that observatory for you.
Oh, so thanks. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was also able to maybe not maybe, I was able to get some old tech that was going to be thrown out, and we can get that installed there so that we you can like have a head start on making this a cool hideout for you. I have a friend who can help with some of the heavy lifting. He's really strong.
Nice. Okay. Thanks. I mean, we also have our super strong guy who he just can't seem to go out in public currently because we're wanted by the. I should stop talking.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fair. I saw that. I saw that. I know you guys are gonna handle that.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Am I gonna have to
yeah.
go like dude bro some like construction
But
site with some guy?
it's fine, my friend, and you'll meet him later today. When if you decide to come on by the observatory, and we can get everything handled. He's really good with technology, so he can help set up everything.
That's great news. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Um,
Yeah, no problem.
I actually kind of had to step out of class to take this call. So
Wait,
I
isn't this your school's lunch period?
How
uh
do you know
well
that?
I will say this much. I don't think an inner city school is going to be small enough to only have one lunch period.
Okay, well, she would have said, "Isn't this your lunch period?"
Uh no, I take extra classes. I've been accused of being an overachiever. Uh
You should take a lunch period.
I eat.
Hmm.
Shut up.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a silence.
I'm
It's
being
like
judged in real life, but I don't appreciate it.
you you need food. Your brain needs carbs to function.
They are
No, it's the Aja says that.
carbs.
Like you need time to eat. And your brain needs carbs to function.
I eat. I promise. I
Anyway, so what time do you want to meet up?
uh, let's say so considering this and that, maybe 5.
5? Okay, yeah, sure. 5 sounds good.
Okay, I'll
I'll
text
let my
her.
friend know. Yeah, I'll let my friend know as well. He should be out of class by then too.
I- I-
Yeah, I'll what should we be looking for generally so we know it's him and not some rando?
Oh, he'll be with me.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. See you then.
Uh, she's gonna go back in, and it's less of a class and more of just a room with a bunch of whiteboards where she's trying to like brainstorm what she can do to sway public opinion in our favor. Um, that's what she's been doing on her lunch break.
Okay. What are some of the ideas that she
Okay,
has?
so I realized that there is likely in a high school of normal
Mhm.
kids, or at least mostly normal kids, some kind of superhero fan group.
Yes, absolutely there is.
There is likely just in an like there's probably specific ones, but there's also probably like a general one that just loves the concept of superheroes and loves the like everything
Mhm.
superheroes. And
Yes, there is a superhero appreciation society.
So would this
exactly.
effectively just be celebrity drama? Effectively? Because superheroes are about the same as celebrities in this world.
Ish.
Yeah, kind of.
And I'm banking
Ish.
on that because social media
It's
is
like
still a thing.
it's like it's like that mixed with the anime club.
Right.
At the same time?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, all the social introverts. All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Have
yes,
fun.
yes, social introverts, but I have been to enough cons, especially anime cons, that I know for a fact that if you stir up a base about a particular issue that they are passionate about, they will keep spreading that. So I am banking on that to basically assist in swaying what happened yesterday. So her goal is to essentially get ingratiated into this group and point out the fact that like, hey, I know in the news they're saying that these people are bad, but like, didn't you see them like helping yesterday? There was a bunch of news coverage,
Okay.
and then like basically trying to sway public opinion of the teenagers and trying to rile that base up as much as possible over the next few days.
Are
Or
you hoping to
Okay.
turn them
So
into a
I'm
hornet's nest?
going so this seems like a provoke someone. You're trying to rile them up into action. So roll plus superior.
oh, oh, that's great. Uh,
Way to go,
hold
Stinky.
on. What is my superior? Superior? Really? Damn.
Yeah. This is a big brain move.
Me and my tiny -1 brain.
Hey, you know what?
I got a 9, so that's an 8.
All right. Yeah, so they're not so the this appreciation society is actually going to step up uh to what you were saying.
Cool. I didn't think it would be a hard push.
Oh, it's not a hard push whatsoever.
To be fair, there are people who defend serial killers just because they're pretty. So that's not
Yeah.
hard.
They're awful. That's why people don't talk to the supervillain and an
Appreciation group.
and
It's
appreciation
clearly
group.
just misunderstood.
Hold on. Not everyone just gets to be misunderstood. Stop it.
Listen, I
Okay.
like true crime as much as the next white woman, but
Yeah. There are certain members of the supervillain in
They're
group
the
or
ostracized of the ostracized. It's bad.
yes. Yes, the supervillain group at school, they're the true crime girlies, except for that one and group or that one person who was just like, yeah, but like they're kind of right though. No.
They're the hot take of hot takes. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, there's those who can like study and appreciate the aesthetics and like, hot villains and all that, but like no.
I'm quaking in my baby seal leather boots.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's
Uh,
evil, but dude's got taste.
This vest is made of silverback gorilla chest. Uh Simpsons reference. Anywho, yes. So yeah, no, that got the ball rolling. There it's starting to spread throughout the school that like, you know what? Yeah, on analyzing, like those guys didn't do anything wrong.
She's also gonna look for any groups that are kind of like activist groups that are about like equality and justice and stuff like that, because the other thing she's going to do is idolize Shinobu and her actions standing up to the against the police.
we have
Okay.
evidence of someone already trying to
No.
do this. Let's push and support them.
So that is actually going to be the editor of the school newspaper.
Wasn't that also a friend of Orion?
Well, no, she was the head of the photography club.
Gotcha. Okay.
To be fair, been a minute.
He's been a minute, yeah.
Yeah. The editor uh the editor of the school newspaper is a woman by the name of Jamie Johansson.
Are you kidding?
Shut up.
Yeah. Well,
I want pictures of Hound on my desk tomorrow.
um, I will say that she might go talk to her, and be like, she might ask if she can write just a freelance article, kind of like as an op-ed, but maybe publish it under a pseudonym because she doesn't want blowback.
Way to be a martyr for your cause.
So yeah, roll to provoke.
I will say I like the whole reason for that is more because I already don't want too much scrutiny on Cassandra specifically. So yeah, not gonna be a
You plant the idea and then just kind of step out of
Yes!
the limelight. You're like,
yes.
didn't-
How do you
no,
think propaganda fucking works?
it doesn't.
All right. You said roll to provoke,
Yes,
which is
superior.
superior again. Okay. This one's a 10. So
Yeah, on a 10, she
Hurrah.
absolutely goes for it. She's just like, "Oh, that's great. You know what? You don't want to do listen, I am fine with any information and good newspaper like this school is boring as shit."
okay.
It
Please,
won't be for a lot
give
longer.
give me anything. I
When's the next
I cannot get into actual journalism by reporting about the goddamn prom.
when's
Um,
the next issue?
canned food drive.
It's gonna be next week.
Which day next week? Like Monday or
We're Wednesday.
Wednesday? Okay, so I have a couple of days. I'll get you a first draft Monday.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, fantastic, great. I'm so glad to hear that. Please give me an actual fucking news story. Sorry, we're still in school.
I mean, I don't really want to like have my name out there. I'm kind of an introvert and I don't really like spotlights and stuff like that. So, um,
Okay. Yeah, fine. We'll come up with a fake name for you.
okay, I'm okay with whatever. I feel like it would be. I think people care to know about the goings on in the city. We might be kids, but we're not stupid.
Yeah. No, of course not.
Okay, thanks so much.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, if you can get me that article any sooner, shoot me an email. Oh,
For sure, for sure.
slides over the card. It's the newspaper email.
Gotcha. Does she actually slide over like a business card?
Yes.
Okay, she goes, "Hey, can you tell me where you get your cards made?"
Oh, yeah, give me the card.
Yeah,
And she just writes down the website that she gets
yeah,
it from.
yeah. No, this is
Yeah,
Pyrrha going. My laminated construction paper bullshit is done.
they're actually pretty cheap.
Awesome. Basil, neat. Okay. Um,
Oh dear.
It's pronounced basil.
I was making a joke off of where I actually get my cards, which is Zazzle. Not sponsored, but could be.
Hmm? No?
That could be.
Uh, yeah, and this is basil. uh,
Basil, Moogle, Lord knows what else.
yeah, uh, Moe's lobster trap.
Yep. Festus. Yeah.
It's great. Anyways,
We're getting standings. It's fine.
Yes.
that was really all she wanted to do at work was basically just find some people to stir up and in our favor.
And she successfully was able to do that. Yeah, it's going to be a little slow going with just the superhero fans around, but with an actual like article in the school paper, it's going to reach more people.
Yep.
All right.
Also because of when this is, it wouldn't surprise me if we also had like a digital newspaper as well.
Yeah,
Just because I mean,
absolutely.
like,
Yeah,
which it wouldn't necessarily go to a bunch of people, but it might go to like,
alumni.
well, alumni, and it'll be on Google searches and stuff, or Moogle searches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Google
Uh,
search it. Yeah, that's great.
yeah. Uh, yeah. So you. So yes. And you're gonna go around. Yeah. So we're gonna end that scene, and I think it is about time for us to take our regularly scheduled break. So I think we will do that. Let me just message our tech, who may or may
Also,
not be
technically,
listening. Okay.
also by
Okay.
doing this, I have effectively made myself a member of the press, and therefore all of my sources are legally protected.
uh,
To be fair, you are still
it
talking
depends
to
on
high
how
school.
legitimate your press affiliation is. Um,
Can we just start making badges so they can just wander into places?
but yeah, we're gonna take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll figure out what's going on with Gravitas.
Dude,
Woo.
All right. Just let our tech guy know when we come on back.
bye.
That actually worked out way better than I thought it would. Huzzah! I got my shoulder patch for the armor. Why does that say that?
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you all for your patience. We got a little sidetracked at the end of our break there, a little bit. But we're happy you stuck around. Let's get back into Gen Meta.
Woohoo!
Shinobu, as you've been sitting in your interrogation room, let's not mince words. You are sitting in an interrogation room. Uh, it's been a while. They have given you a cup of water as per usual. Have you
Forgot to
drank
tell
it
her
from
not
it?
to. Oh, I forgot to tell her not to.
You probably told me not to, so I don't drink from it.
Okay.
I pull out my own bottle.
Okay.
Staring suspiciously, unscrewing the cap.
Oh no,
Uh,
thank you. I'm good. I brought my own, but thank you.
and uh, after you take a few drinks, a detective comes in. You know, a handsome looking guy, like not uh, he looks like a detective. Uh, bit of a 5 o'clock shadow. And a nice-ish suit. Oh, and he steps in and goes, "Hello, I'm Detective Byrne. I'm investigating the happenings that went on yesterday, and I've been told that you would like to make a statement."
So if someone puts a notice, like gives you a notice, is it technically a burn notice?
Spelled differently.
Okay. Sorry. More importantly, so I was there yesterday. I might look familiar to you.
I do recognize you from the news
y-
footage. Yes, ma'am.
yeah. Is the detective okay? A man was literally shot in front of me.
So, uh, Lieutenant Ambrose, one, is not a detective, um, but he is, as the last that I was aware, he is stable.
You
He
did
is,
you find out who shot him? Like it seems really problematic. Like what if I get shot next?
ma'am, are you in any danger of getting shot?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you.
Oh, I love this. This is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, and how have you made use of it? You're
And
stuck in the evidence
he
locker.
goes, "So, do you know anyone who would want to shoot you?"
I don't know, but I'm clearly a person of interest now. I mean, you said yourself you saw me in the footage. Like, what if they come
I
after me next?
Would you
It's
like
they,
some police
anyways.
protection?
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying somebody is clearly trying.
And
I
I
don't think
would
it had
love
anything to do with those heroes.
What kind of reverse
and
interrogation
I
is this?
am determined to get to the bottom of
Because
this.
they were behind. I don't know if you saw it, but they protected the populace from that killer clown that was like attacking people. And like, why would they then? I heard them. It,
Miss,
it's
so,
not. You can't persecute them.
ma'am, I am not persecuting anybody. What I am trying to do, please let me speak. I am trying to get to the bottom of it. And I have just as many, maybe not as many as questions as you have, but I am I have many questions about the situation, and I'm want to get them all answered, but I can't answer my questions until you answer mine. Okay?
You're not going to ask me out, are you? Because that's like inappropriate.
No. No. No.
Okay.
Everything hurts.
Absolutely not. No.
We have the best
What?
distraction.
I just want to.
And I think that's where we're gonna end that scene
Just it's a
Just make
continuation of that.
great detective.
because that's pretty much the gist of what that scene is going to be.
We're gonna cut to the enemies like, oh, for the love of God.
Shinobu will eventually start demanding to talk to the people in charge of persecuting those poor heroes.
Yes, embrace the Karen. Embrace it.
I want your manager. I want your manager. I want your manager. Yeah.
Let me
Honey,
speak to your
listen, let me
supervisor.
take care of Ruskin.
Yeah, and
At the rate
eventually
they're going, they might get there.
you're just released as you're free to go. Oh, as
They're just wandering the building.
as Detective Byrne says, you're free to go. Are you able to get yourself out, or
Are you
do you
are
require
you
assistance?
insinuating that I am incapable?
I am merely asking if you would like assistance, or if you are capable of doing it yourself, or if you are willing and able to do it yourself as a
You just
courtesy.
you give them, here's my phone number. You let those people who are persecuting those poor heroes know that.
Sure. Sure.
Love her
Absolutely.
so much.
Yeah.
I almost like
will-
to think
we
that they
will
turn their
call you-
communicator on.
We will
as
call
we're
you
doing
if
this whole thing.
if any information comes up that should concern you.
That is the most like professional police answer he could give.
We'll call you. Leave.
We'll call you if we need you. Get the fuck out.
Yes.
Your concerns have been duly noted. Thank you.
Did she manage to get any helpful information in that whole thing?
Probably not, because she's the one who dominated the conversation.
Well, he eventually started asking questions, so we're just not playing that out.
So
She's mostly trying to figure out if they know who shot,
no, they don't. They have no idea.
or like where the shot came from, or
They're probably
And
doing the
she-
same research
they're-
I'm doing.
and anytime that you ask about that, he is going to say that is information from an active police investigation that I cannot divulge to a civilian who is not involved in the case.
That's the same kind of thing they would say to the press too. So
Mhm.
not
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah, like
What's the status of the team that their leader happened to be shot on site? Are they still in active service, or are they just temporarily on break until he
yeah,
recovers?
but no, yeah, anytime you try to ask him, he's a seasoned detective. He knows how to just go, how to lock up and go.
He's
This is part of
stonewalling
an
you.
investigation. I cannot
Okay.
divulge that information.
Well, hopefully Hound is having more luck than I am.
Okay, shit.
Yeah.
Hound, how are you
Shit to
doing?
a scene of Hound in the
How are you
evidence
doing in
locker.
the evidence locker?
He's pounding out the door. Let me out! Let me out!
Hound in the evidence lockup. Just a panel of him doing the primal SpongeBob going shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So
No, I would love a scene of him sitting in a corner next to a plug with a USB cable just connected to his suit. Just come on.
I need just enough juice to get out of here. Yeah.
So, quick question. My suit's like completely out of power. No teleporting, no clones, no nothing.
So it looks to be no power for that. You do have some. You are low power, but no power for invisibility.
You have reserves for each one.
Cool.
Not so much that is
Ah.
it's that is that the power reserve is consumed at a higher rate by the
Okay.
by the camouflage than it is for the teleporter or the uh specifically for short range teleportation than it is for the
Cool.
illusions.
Cool. Is there a window in the evidence locker?
He
asked hopefully.
Yes.
Like
What's
one
on
of
the
those
other
really
side
tiny
of this
ones
window?
up at the top.
Bars.
Like, is it an alleyway? Is it the main street? Is it
So it would be
another room?
it would be to an alleyway.
Teleport.
Yeah. I'm gonna have you roll to unleash your powers.
You left Gravitas alone.
Also, your clothes are in the bathroom.
Did we
That's
or did we not? Did we or did we not determine that that was actually part of the suit? Now that he actually was aware of that.
Well, no, he said he was wearing clothes like street clothes over the suit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
how
I
Hound
wasn't
got
sure
off
you
in
knew
the
about the
back.
camouflage. That's why I was asking. Did that
The
change?
camouflage wouldn't have affected the outer layer of clothes. That's
Right, which-
specifically what Rev said.
Okay, I just remember the fedora and the trench coat that you said you didn't have on anyway.
So you rolled an 8.
All right.
So all you do is you just open the neck and just shove your other.
So yes, you were able to
Exploderman.
you were able to teleport through the window out. And the way that it is unstable is that it's not a controlled teleport. As you just kind of plummet onto a trash can.
So it's I teleport, I pop out the other side and go, wasn't I on the second floor?
So first a dumpster
more
and
of
now a
you do a
trash can.
you do a running teleport to try and get momentum, and as you teleport, it jumps you forward, and your body just kind of ragdolls as it falls down onto a trash can.
Whack! Trash can.
Yeah, so
Dude,
there's
seriously,
this
what is
fun
it with you in the dumpster and trash cans?
there's this fun little like half page splash of like like a dollhouse cut of the room, and it just follows you in a line of your Zoup, hoop, fall, crash, roll onto the floor of the alleyway.
All right.
Now, if this was a true comic book, cats would scatter. Alleyway cat.
knowing
and
there's
that does land on your head and run off.
okay, more of a dog person anyway. But
Can't imagine.
Hound is going to understand there's no good way to get back in that bathroom.
Yeah, there is almost no way to get back in that bathroom.
So he's going to abandon the clothes. They were thrift store anyway. He's going to pull out his phone and just shoot a message to Shinobu and just be like,
Bail, bail, bail.
I'm outside.
and just say, Shinobu, this is Henry. It's not working out. I've left. And just pray to God Shinobu understands that just means I
Don't we
had
have
to leave.
communicators?
I
Bitch,
think
you have a communicator. You could just tell her.
no, I think she gets that like in the middle of
You reading it like,
the guy
oh.
asking.
Of the middle,
and she,
as of her leaving.
no. Of like, he's still like interrogating her, and she flips it open, reads it, and starts sobbing. She's like, "My boyfriend's leaving me," and he's like, "Please just get out. Please just get out."
I'm not paid enough for this kind of civil servant nonsense.
Yeah.
Get out.
And
I'm not about to become a free
Oh, wait.
therapist.
Well, okay. I'm so sorry to hear about that. We have your information. Here is my email. If you think of any new information that you would like to let us know that would help us get to the bottom of things, please write up an email and send it to me.
Don't call me.
I have just made a grievous realization.
Mhm.
Someone's going to find clothes in this bathroom. Your DNA's on them. You're an active, wanted criminal supposedly suspected of being in prison.
You could have kept that shit to yourself, my guy.
That's fine.
Well, the police, they're not, that's their job. It would make sense that they'd be aware of such things.
Honestly, I don't know that they would bother with DNA testing, especially with how expensive it is and how much of a backlog there is on DNA testing.
Yeah,
If they
also just the test of some random clothes in the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
Of a guy that never came back out again?
This guy just disappeared.
Weird.
That wouldn't draw attention?
No, more likely it's one of those, did we somehow miss a random naked dude running around the police station? Everybody fan out.
Yeah, but then that might be a missing persons issue.
Yeah.
It's a whole other type of problem.
Listen, we're going to wait until this becomes a problem before we decide to do anything about it.
Yeah. Let's not decide it is a problem until it becomes one.
This is Schrodinger's problem.
More realistically, they'd be like, weird, there's a shirt and some pants here. To the lost and found.
Yep. It's Schrodinger's streaker.
Is there or is there not? Is he
Is
clothed?
there or
or
is
not?
there not
a
a
naked man
man?
in the police station. Who knows?
It's going to be an inside joke for that police station forever from here on. That there's just some dude wandering the halls of the building completely naked.
The naked
Yeah.
ghost.
Anywho, I think it is time for us to move the scene. We will move to later in the evening once the team has gathered together back at the Lexios household. It is about 4 o'clock. You have an hour to get to the observatory. Oh god, what did I call it?
Fleischer.
The Fleischer Observatory. I knew it
Once-
was some animator.
Once Pyrrha gets home, in order to properly and hide and transport Leviathan, she's going to create a essentially passenger van that has a wheelchair lift.
Passenger
Have
or just
gravity.
a panel van?
Passenger van with space in the back. Like the third row seat is gone. Like it's just space for
Okay.
Leviathan.
So
Okay.
it's the mystery machine. Got it.
Yes, but with a wheelchair lift.
Okay.
Sure.
I am being inclusive to our friend.
Yes. But super strength and gravity manipulation and stuff. I don't know. I'm just being an ass. It's fine.
Anyways, but it's just a van. It's a nondescript van.
It's light
Okay.
blue, right?
Dark blue.
Dark blue. Okay. Sorry.
Can we turn on the radio?
Does it work?
I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah,
She goes,
Yeah,
Sure,
neither
and
do
pulls out her phone and like hits iHeartRadio or something. Like,
but car radio, we have in-town speakers. No, we don't.
it's not a real car.
Shinobu makes you promise not to drink while
I-
driving.
Never. I will never do that. I promise.
Okay. And yeah, you make it to the Fleischer Observatory, and it takes you about 45 minutes to get from your house to the like high elevation area on the outskirt of the city the uh, where the observatory is located. And yeah, this looks like it was once a pretty cool place. It looks like it's been not touched for about 10 years, but uh, I think a couple of you probably even would have had some vague memories of like an elementary school field trip to the observatory, like right before it shut down.
That sounds
Uh,
like an interesting time window for that. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
very
like
good.
10 years ago. Most of you would have been 6 to 9.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh, go on like a stargazing, freaking field trip to the observatory.
Fair enough.
And
So
yeah,
arriving in a panel van.
yeah, arriving in a fake panel van, which disassembles as soon as you arrive.
Hard like construct just
We all get out, and then I just kind of turn around and like imaginary key fob to lock it, and it just
and just sitting a couple feet above the ground, falling and hitting the floor. Just a warning for that would be great next time.
we were out of it.
Locked in the back of the truck.
Anyway, who are we meeting here?
We're meeting Aja and a friend of hers.
Not inconspicuous or anything.
Well, he's helping with some of the heavy lifting, so, and also helping install some of the tech.
That sounds like a better answer.
She mentioned he was really, really strong. That's all I got.
And it's about that time that there is a panel like right behind where like right behind Pyrrha there's like a bunch of uh in comics talk Kirby crackle. The like the cool colors and like different sized dots as a little portal opens up, and standing there in her usual oh uh Tarj agent outfit is Aja, and standing next to her is some person in what looks to be like a tweed sweater vest, and
Oh, they
rolled up,
upgraded.
and
Oh, you know what this is?
and like and like rolled up white sleeves and just and dress slacks, and they just kind of look at each one of you slowly with like almost too perfect posture.
Oh.
And
Clark Kent?
Asha goes, "Oh no, Clark Kent has horrible posture."
No, it's right before he becomes Superman. It's fine.
And uh, and Asha goes, "Oh, you were here early. Well, it's good that we were able to get everything together. So, welcome. Um, Uh, we have a bunch of things collect inside, and we can get them set up if you want. Um, but yeah, so do you want the paperwork, or do you want me to
Uh,
hold on?
go ahead and hold on to it, at least for now, for sure.
Okay.
Make sure your name is signed on it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Uh,
We can get that signed for you.
yeah. Um, but I'm excited to look in here and figure out where, because there is one more person who's probably going to be joining us.
Oh, okay.
But I want to make sure we have everything set up first because I really hate bothering him, and he doesn't exactly love me. So,
Oh, that's unfortunate. Why are you inviting him here?
so it's, well, he's kind of the one moving my sanctuary from another realm to this one, so it can be anchored, and so we can properly use our medical facility.
You see the Aja's friend go, "Oh, magic!
Yeah.
I have yet to understand this."
To be fair, I don't really understand it, and I've grown up with it.
Okay.
I'm Pyrrha, by the way.
Hello. I am Wrench.
I'm gonna assume that we all showed up in costume at this point, because
I
Speak
think
for
that's a
yourself.
fair enough assume.
Yeah.
like masks, we're done up.
Hey, so
If Shinobu didn't have her costume, I probably would have at least provided like some kind of construct and mask for her.
I don't remember
Uh,
her being this blue.
I was going to say it's probably going to look exactly like your normal costume from whatever the outside looks like, but it's just like vaguely tinted blue
Okay.
all right.
because that's
Uh,
that's what I got.
uh, and yes, this person walks up, holds out a hand, and goes, "Hello. I am Wrench."
Nice to meet you, Wrench.
And they hold out their hand.
She reaches out to shake it.
And the hand that grabs you, it doesn't feel warm or cold. It
The hell does that
also
mean?
just it doesn't feel like it has much like body temperature. It also is a little bit harder than normal skin.
Okay.
Calloused.
She
Got
she
it.
kind of, with her experience with gods, she's kind of just eh.
also their eyes are all one color.
Oh yes, that is correct. Their eyes. Which color are they?
Right now
Normal.
they would be very light blue.
Ah, yes. Yeah. So the eyes are also like no irises, no pupils. It's just completely light blue.
I mean, for Pyrrha, that's a curious, but not like, again, deals with gods and mythical creatures. Eh.
Yeah.
How big is this man?
They look like a man.
No, how big?
How big?
About 6 feet.
Okay.
Leviathan towering.
Yeah, Leviathan's still taller than this person. And they look up at Leviathan and go, "Hello."
I'm gonna lean down to Hound and be like, something seems off here. I don't get it.
I don't know. He
Uh,
hasn't stopped smiling.
It's honestly, it's kind of weirding me out a little bit.
Actually,
very-
I identify as they.
They haven't stopped smiling.
Have they blinked?
I don't think so.
I do not really need to use eyelids, but if blinking will make you more or comfortable, then I will endeavor to blink at intervals.
I'm going to. It's just a quick. I don't intend any offense, if that's possible, but why wrench as a namesake?
It was the name given to me by my mother.
Are you human?
No,
That
I am not.
explains it.
Okay. Um, listen, I'm sorry if this is impolite, but like, what are you?
Are you organic?
The technical, I am a mechanical organism. Uh, or a I am a mechanical being. A technical term is synthezoid.
Oh dear.
Okay.
I was designed and created by my mother.
Who is that, if I may ask?
Her name is Ratchet.
I quit. I quit. I quit.
Love it. Love it. Love
Oh
it.
dear.
Oh, I miss my little lad.
Oh dear.
Well, let's get inside and see
Get this
see what
on
we're
the road.
working with. Cause I'd like to get the part where I call Apollo over as quick as possible, honestly.
Okay, you know who this character reminds me of, honestly?
Hmm.
The Santa Claus 2. Specifically the doppelganger Santa Claus when he first shows up.
Not
Just a bit
really what
weird.
I was thinking.
Oh.
Uh,
Fair.
Just a
I
bit off-putting.
the character is actually more based on Commander Data.
Fair. It's clearly like
Um,
emulating too hard to be human. And it feels weird.
he's had
Hey, you leave Wrench alone. They're trying their best.
Oh, I'm not saying it's a bad character. I'm just saying it's like that would be very off-putting for most folk.
they've had many years to try and become more human.
They're doing
Uh,
wonderful.
They're doing what they can.
Yeah,
yes.
that makes sense. Totally
And
fine.
Wrench goes, I have already set up the power line in the in for you. So all of the lights should be functioning throughout the facility.
We're not going to get any weird calls of lights being on in the building, is there?
Oh no, I've already got the records for the power being you know being paid for by some Tarj shell companies.
You see,
Okay.
police
That's
come investigate on people calls seeing it as a thing, right?
No, no. Everything is completely legitimized. Is nobody really knows exactly who owns the place, but it's now owned by a private company.
at some point I might end up asking I don't mind paying for it, but I might end up getting like an actual van that Leviathan can ride in because he's a little inconspicuous and we don't really have anything for that.
I'm
Okay.
very conspicuous.
And I can't
Well,
always be there to create a van.
that's fair. Yeah. No, and I mean,
That's
if you
kind of how
want,
they
we
move
can try and
forward,
set
huh?
up an actual living quarters for you here.
I am
Like
not opposed by any
if
idea.
this is gonna be your base of operations, you might have some sleeping quarters.
Set
I
up
will make.
some small ones.
I'm gonna make a personal request. I need some way in and out that's inconspicuous from the general public. A waterway, a hole in the ground, something. Would that be doable? couple different
Um,
outlets from different parts of the city, perhaps.
we'll see what we can do. Yeah, well, we'll see what we can do. It may require some construction work.
And time.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, time is something we are afforded a lot of right now, anyway.
To a degree. But again, I'm not looking forward to dealing with Apollo. I'd rather make it quick and as painless as possible. So let's get inside.
Yeah, just call him.
Do we have more of your dad's wine?
I'm gonna say I brought a bottle.
I was gonna say that sounds like something you would have thought of in advance.
Yeah.
Grab the sonnets, grab another bottle. It's like, yes.
Yeah, so you've got a bottle of wine, and so are you going to use your new move?
Yeah, I guess I can use my new move, but
Have
I
fun.
but ultimately she's going to like go in, kind of look around briefly, find a spot that would make sense for the sanctuary to
So
fit.
so the place that would probably fit the best is actually going to be the the observatory's telescope area. It's a
Okay.
big open space that has a lot of room, and just a cool fixture in the center with the high powered telescope.
This is yeah, we're effectively doing the opening to the first Hellboy movie. Let's go.
Um but yeah, so she'll kind of set up her little altar and pop the cork on the wine and like kind of turn to Aja and be like, I promise I'm not the one who's going to be drinking this. And like pours a glass, sets it there and the bottle next to it, and then kind of goes, sorry, Dad. And then I hate calling the cavalry.
Fucking party time.
which uh, which is in fact the new move that uh, that Dice has gotten from their most recent advancement. It is a fun little move from the Nomad playbook.
It's just so appropriate, and I am extremely lucky because I have a -1 to my superior, and I rolled an 11, so we got a 10.
Fantastic.
We didn't get some bullshit the first time.
Yeah.
That could have been really bad.
This is the second time you've summoned Apollo like completely as successfully, and in 2 days in a row.
He's not going to be sitting here going, man, could use more people like you who can do this consistently.
He does not like me. He does not like my family. This is never going to be a good thing for him.
And you just see like a flash of light, and uh and the wine glass appears in the hands of Apollo, who is sitting just looking, or he is standing with the wine in his hand, looking at through yeah,
The telescope.
the telescope, and goes, huh, wow, the stars really are quite pretty. So
Well, what do you think?
I think this place needs a lot of work.
Yeah,
This is shoddy for a god's perspective.
I'm gonna argue that the realm of chaos needs more.
Eh. No amount of interior design is going to help that place.
Exactly. Okay, so should I summon the portal for that, or?
Oh, we have to do a whole ritual to dispel the magic and get it locked here.
Okay, how can I help you?
Okay. So, I need you to. So, I'm going to need you to do a special incantation and, uh, you know, w- basically do the opposite of what you usually do of bringing yourself to the sanctuary and bring the sanctuary to you.
Okay.
Say it backwards, it'll
Uh,
be fine.
I will then kind of need some blood
Okay.
in order to break the spell that was placed onto it. Uh, again, I had to get all of this information from Hestia, and she loves overly complicating her instructions. And but she was also really happy to help me break the spell of that hack magician who did this to your sanctuary.
Out of curiosity, why Hestia?
A Hecate.
Okay. That makes more sense being like hack magician, fuck that guy.
Uh, there's a lot of goddesses that start with an H in
Fair.
Greek mythology.
No, that's fair. But yeah, Hecate would definitely appreciate what we're about to do.
Yeah,
H was a commonly used letter
it's
for them.
Hecate who was like, okay, so here's all of the spells and inscriptions and incantations and stuff. It's like,
Apollo
why?
shows up. I need help with a spell.
It's like, why can't this be more or streamlined? Because it's powerful, Apollo.
You don't just get to take the easy
I'm not
way.
nearly drunk enough for this. No, you are precisely the correct amount of drunk. Stop it.
But it'll need the help of your friends,
Okay.
associates,
Both
whatever.
Yeah.
true.
What
All three are true.
what do you need from them?
Well, it's gonna need enough blood runes from all of you.
How much blood?
Oh, enough to write uh out the incantation.
To be fair, technically speaking, he did just give you back all of what you lost.
Fine, you can use
The
mine.
And secondarily,
spell was done
just as-
with stupid Celtic blood magic.
It's Celtic magic. I ain't gotta explain shit.
That's how to break that curse, and then once we get it here, it'll just be locked. So, what do you say?
Yeah, I'm not gonna make any of you guys do this if you don't want to.
Oh, shut up! As Hound just takes out a knife and puts it on his palm.
No,
Just tell me
don't
when
do
to
it!
start.
I knew that was where you were going. Oh my god!
No, not the palm, not the palm. For the love of God, don't hurt yourself like that. Just the back of the arm, back of the hand, something like. Thank you.
I technically produced the most physical, actual amounts of blood.
Yeah, if we can cut you.
I can do that.
We'll just use my blood.
Say, do you forget I make bone protrusions? It's not
I
an
mean,
uncommon event.
I'm going to be putting my blood into this. Like, this is my thing.
Okay.
This is going to be involved with.
Well, it's gonna be multiple people's.
Apollo,
Um,
how much blood do you need?
how
Well,
much
like,
are you willing to give?
am I cutting myself like an inch? Am I going all the way across? Like, what am I doing here?
You
Especially
just
since
need
we're
enough
getting the
to
waters
draw
right after
blood. I'm the one who can take it out.
And
She
this
just
is
kind
why
of-
we ask questions.
She picks up a very obvious bronze bowl that has like Greek patterning on it and goes,
Yeah, enough to fill that.
sets it down, and immediately just takes from what I assume is just the altar kit she has, and just drains, starts letting the blood start draining into the bowl.
All right. Uh, as uh, as Gravitas, you see this beautiful man, like drinking a glass of wine. You were not there the first time that he showed up. And he just kind of looks over you and goes, "Oh, I don't recognize you. Well, would you like to join in for this ritual? Help out your, I'm assuming, friend?
What's it take?
Blood.
Just a small nick?"
Just bone protrusion.
She looks at Hound, and because Hound is doing it, she'll do it too.
And
Oh.
Leviathan is also contributing.
Very.
By the way, Gravitas, Apollo, Gravitas.
This
Yeah,
is the
so-
asshole that healed me yesterday.
You could be nicer.
Why
I was
do you
gonna, I was
call him
half
that?
expecting
He
Apollo
goes,
to
you
just be
know
like,
I can
"Asshole."
unheal you, correct?
Oh boy, someone with a lot of power is threatening to use it on me. How original.
I'm gonna reiterate that at some point, our just a guy is gonna end up really, really dead.
He smirks and just looks at you, Cassandra, and goes, "He's kind of a bitch. I like him."
If you haven't noticed, she doesn't exactly make friends with those weak of will. To be fair.
Yes. Oh. Anywho, I believe it's time to start the ritual. Cassandra, or Pyrrha, more
Yeah.
accurately, I am going to need you to roll to unleash your powers.
Oh, good. I'm better
First-
at that.
This is
Are-
first to summon the sanctuary to you.
Oh, thank God it's freak.
Yes.
So are we
Freak. Super
are
freak.
we assisting?
This is for the first part. You'll be assisting for the second part.
I see.
Here we go. Okay, so that was lucky. I rolled an 8, but I have a +2, so that's a 10.
All right. So that is a 10. As you uh, start doing this and going through and casting the same kind of incantation that you usually do to bring yourself to the sanctuary, you in your head, in your spirit, start willing the sanctuary to come to you. It is yours. It is not a place for you to go to. It is a place that it is a place for you. It is yours. And Shinobu, Leviathan, and Hound, or sorry, Gravitas, Leviathan, and Hound, you all start to see this observatory, this section of it, the uh, telescope in the center of this observatory starts to shift and change, and it and the room becomes this very vibrant and painted marble whole area where the telescope is still in place, but it looks both ancient and new. Oh, uh, there are statues around it. It looks like a beautiful oh, uh, garden, uh, and and you can kind of hear this faint sounds of music through the air. And yeah, you are now in a sanctuary that is both familiar to you and completely foreign. And whereas in the realm of chaos, it was constantly crumbling. In this, now that it is in one place, it is magnificent.
Like a proper temple.
Yes.
This is what it was supposed to be.
And the in the area around around the telescope is kind of lowered, like it would be a place, like it would be a fountain, and the telescope would be the center structure, but there doesn't seem to be any water in it. uh it is at this time that Apollo pulls out a pitcher and goes, you know, you should be very thankful for this. I usually only visit Hyperborea every 19 years. They were in quite a tizzy when I came here 6 years early. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. That's why I grabbed a bottle of that bread that you liked so much that my dad thought he had hidden well.
He has amazing taste. Anywho, huh, huh, once I calmed them down, I was able to secure new water from the land of eternal spring. And he just starts to pour it out, and like it pours out as like a trickle, but when it hits this pool, it becomes a waterfall. That starts to fill the pools of water around the telescope until there are these glistening, gleaming, magical healing waters once again.
My mind, it's like a water feature that also involves like little rivers and or like little streams that just kind of trickle and have an ambiance of like just trickling water that's very peaceful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Better than
That is what your
it's a,
sanctuary is now.
It's a non-shitty water feature.
But it also has art, music, and food, so there's shit somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, there's statues around. It's beautiful. Hmm. Uh and he goes, "All right. Now, please, I have done my end of the bargain. Do not ruin this gift like your ancestor did." And
Uh, she's
I
she's
do not
looking
ever want
around.
to do this again.
She's looking around just kind of stunned because she's never seen it like this. And
Certainly beats any vacation I'd be taking.
well, she just kind of is like it's like walking. It's like when they walk into Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, that first room. It's the same level of awe
Yeah.
because she's never seen the sanctuary like this, and she kind of is just turning around and gets close to him, and without warning, just hugs him around his waist.
And there is a panel of him just like in complete stunned silence, and he just kind of drops the glass of wine, and it shatters on the marble floor before he like slowly wraps his hands around you and gives you a soft hug.
She
Almost like apprehensive, but kind of falls into it slowly.
she leans back and looks up at him, and just with like she clearly has had just tears running down her face. She goes, "Thank you," and then backs away.
And he and he looks at you and just and he kind of is like a holding back a lot of different emotions before he puts back on his Apollo face and says, "Well, you're very welcome. Thank you for the wine. It was delicious. Once again, please try to take care of this. It's it's un as I do not want it to fall to ruin. And also, again, stay away from people who claim to be masters of the arcane arts."
Pretty sure if
That
I
works.
have
I would love
questions about if I have questions about magic, I'm gonna just call Hecate.
I'm sure much better.
If I may.
And
Are there any other
he-
rules we need to be aware of? Because there were things that apparently she didn't know about this place before you informed us.
Like what?
Just any other limitations. For example, didn't know the water could leave.
It can't. This
Those are
place
any
is
other
special
oddities.
because it's connected to me, as is the land that it came from. If it goes somewhere else, it's just going to be water.
I was just asking if there was any other oddities we should be aware of.
I don't know. There's a meadery.
Bees? She darts off to go find the apiary.
Hello, bees.
And he looks at her. She walks away and goes, "Meat."
Oh, I thought you said mead. I was very
No.
excited for honey.
No, there's a meatery.
Oh, I misheard.
There's a meat locker.
Oh, hey, Hound. There's meat.
To that at this point.
Are you telling me to make jerky?
Do what you want, but there's food.
I think she's saying you are a jerky.
I don't want to hear that from you. You want to be the pot or the kettle?
Play black?
I am the golden child.
Kettle, got it, because it's full of hot air.
Yeah.
You know, it was cute at first, but
Funny, I was trying to be annoying.
I just want to watch
Good working
Apollo
at it.
appear behind him and smack him and then disappear.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. Apollo appears behind Hound, smacks him in the back of the head, and leaves.
All right.
So, Pyrrha,
Yeah.
that was what you were more afraid of than the devil?
I didn't say I was afraid of him. I just said I didn't really want to deal with it. He's usually not that nice.
Oh, that's what that was.
I'm gonna grab a Hound by the arm and just be like, "That was that was
But
not so
she's then gonna walk over to Shinobu and be like, or Gravitas in this situation, and be like, okay, let's get that cut on your arm fixed. And she just kind of scoops some water up in a cup and just kind of pours it over your cut on your arm.
Yeah, and when that happens, if you've seen Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade, it just kind of hydrogen peroxide fizzles on your arm, and the wound goes away.
Cool.
She assumes that the boys are smart enough to know to use the waters since they've experienced them before.
Yes.
To be fair, I have a prick and a pinprick in my finger. The other prick is I've been taking with me. However, I was gonna say, aren't you still covered in bruises from last night?
He wears those. He wears those with pride.
Well,
I'm not
I
sure
mean,
pride is the right word.
they'd go away at this point if he decided to dive in.
That's why I'm saying. Do you
I
still?
think
do you
I don't think Hound dives in. I'm pretty sure Leviathan just picks Hounds up and goes dunk.
Just dunks him.
like Keely heals him just.
The only
There,
bruise I have left is the one on my heel.
He has one open spot. The legends are coming true. They're
yes.
connecting.
So as you're all doing this, I think that is when the issue is going to end.
I will say, just for clarification for understanding, something that Pyrrha is going to do while they're also fixing up the observatory is she is going to make a very specific corner with a specific altar to Apollo.
Uh-huh.
Just for the sake of respect. And then I think she'll also add in a different place an altar specifically to Thanatos, just kind of as a, you're like family, you stay here.
Okay. Well, yeah. So that's the end of our issue. Let's get to our end of session questions.
Boy, we
Let's
have lots of
start.
issues.
Let's start with Pyrrha.
Okay. I wasn't entirely sure how I was going to finish this off because it was feeling very like grow into your own image of yourself.
Yes.
But I will admit there were like 2 moments in the game where I personally did have a moment of, oh damn, when Leviathan said something about Pyrrha within earshot of her. And it very much was like, oh, I didn't realize you had such a high opinion of me. Thanks. So I'm gonna actually say that she feels closer to Leviathan at that point.
Okie doke. So Leviathan, do you have influence over Pyrrha?
Yes.
Then you can shift her labels.
Shit. Let's see.
Did
What
a
do we
lot
got?
of superior rolling today. Please help me.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm like,
Everybody was trying to be smart, and everyone's got low smarts.
I would argue I wasn't trying to be smart so much.
hey, I rolled an 11 with no modifier. I think I did fine. I'm gonna boost superior, lower mundane. We've spoken with gods on technically 3 separate occasions in the past 48 hours.
Cool. So my
Oh,
superior
twice instead of
skill,
just
my
once.
mundane is now -1.
I made you slightly
Fantastic.
smarter. You're welcome.
You're a smart little weirdo.
hmm
And
And
then
I believe I
you
mark
also
potential.
mark potential or clear condition.
I don't have any conditions, so I'm gonna mark potential. And I would argue that successfully getting the sanctuary to a set location and fixing it helped with my doom.
That is not something you need to argue.
Yay. I got 2 potential.
Oh,
Yeah,
potential.
2 potential. Then soup.
I guess I Gravitas grew closer to Hound.
Cool.
Hound
Yeah,
Now,
add
has
your police state.
influence, so Hound can change my labels.
Superior up, but savior down because our entire thing was we need to outsmart the police.
Okay.
Did you also just say superior?
yes.
I did not, but now I did.
Ah,
I have changed canon events. I'm clearly the best writer.
All right. And are you going to clear a condition or mark potential?
I'll mark potential.
Cool. Our resident cryptid. That was
Hey,
Hound, great.
that thing I just said that Zoup needed to do, Cryptid is also doing it superior up, savior down. Because again, it was let's make a plan to outsmart the police, and he got to go back to his old ways for a second there.
Cool.
Use
So
some of those
wait,
skills.
did you just grow
Grew
into an image of
closer.
yourself?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Oh, you grew into your own image of yourself. You didn't grow closer to. Cool. Okay. And last, Leviathan.
Let's see. What all happened today?
Thanks.
Indeed, things. I think in this case, I think I'll have grown a bit closer with Hound today, mainly just due to the plotting and planning of earlier in the morning, because someone was unavailable.
Fair enough. All right. Hound, do you have influence over Leviathan? Then you may
Everyone
shift his labels.
Okay.
Don't fuck me, dude.
I'm not touching your freak. Actually, I think your
Hey,
superior
Bob.
your superior's going up because you had to math that out.
Okay.
one got smarter.
And mundane's gonna go down because a normal person can't figure out the trajectory of a bullet.
Sure they can. It is basic geometry, my dude.
Trigonometry, technically, but yes.
Both.
I didn't take
I
trigonometry.
I think if you gave that problem with none of the context, like you didn't tell them how far away the bullet could have traveled, you just gave them the scenario and told them figure out where the shooter was shooting from, most people are not going to be able to figure it out.
Hey, I'm just doing a Lee Harvey Oswald. It's fine. I'm just
All right.
studying up on other events. Fine.
So,
Oh.
on that note, let's do some outros.
Potential or clearing condition?
That
That's
is a
right.
good question. I'm going to say for right now, I'm going to clear my only condition, which then
Mhm.
also allows me to shift labels due to the new thing I have.
Oh yes, you.
Nope.
That only applies during
If you
during
wish for that to
gameplay.
be that way, then that is fine. Then if that's the case, I
Yeah,
will mark potential.
like I'm I'm fine for you doing that in session, but this is end of session.
That's why I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
it's a fair.
I really like your new move, but like that's a move that your character does in
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
would argue that's a move your character makes, less of a.
That's fine. In the meantime, potential marked. Done. Outros.
Fantastic.
No, you don't get potential.
Yes.
You get
grew
clear
closer.
condition or.
Yes, so I put the mark back since I can't do what I was going to do with it.
Oh, so you
And-
took potential instead of clearing the condition.
Yes,
Got it.
correct.
Yes.
I'm following the
All
rules, I
right.
swear.
Yes, let's do some outros. Starting with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Cryptid.
Oh, I'm first again,
First
am I?
twice.
Oh my
Hey.
gosh. Hello, I am the resident cryptid. They call me that because I disappear from the internet.
Yes.
Fair. The
Cool,
only cryptid
cool.
with internet presence.
I'm sorry. Have you heard of the Mothman?
He's not
Oh,
on the
man.
internet. People speak of him on the internet.
Yes, he
He's
has
not on the
internet
internet.
presence.
And he is bootylicious.
And the Sack Squatch.
I just mean that
Um,
this cryptid actually connects
yes.
to the internet and uses it.
Yes.
How do you?
But next up, let's go with dice.
All right. Hi everyone. I am Dice Goblin Black Cat. You can find me most places as Dice Goblin Black Cat. As well as you can find the dice that I make, the pretty shiny click clecks. You can find them on my website, fateandfortunedice.com.
Yeah. Zoup.
Hi, I'm Zoup. You can find me on the interwebs as Zoup Machine. You can check out my card, zoupmachine.card.co. I co-GM on Game Master Monday, and I show up in various places. Best thing to do is if you're interested in what I'm doing, check out my card.
Cool. Arkai.
Hello, all. Good to have you back. As you can tell, it's Arkai here again. I am here to let you know that I am still having openings for commission work as well as far as classes or anything of that sort. You can find me for my work on both X and on Instagram under the name of Fidget Faye Brushworks. So good luck and let me know when you
Cool.
have some things done.
Cool. And I am Rev. You can find me on the TikTok as shortbeard.revelry. And you can find me on Tumblr at shortbeardrevelry with no period. And you can find me here on Thursdays running Masks a New Generation. And we will not be here next week because some of our players will be traveling and having a good time on vacation, and we're going to wish them well and have a happy trip and hopefully hang out with some of us will hang out with them on that trip. Uh, and there's a helicopter flying over my house, which hopefully you can't hear.
I mean, you live right next. Never mind.
I do live next to an airport. But that's not the point. Point is, next week there will not be a GenMeta, but in 2 weeks we will return to find out what happens next. Until that time, be kind, stay awesome, and remember, Hank Green does not work at Target. Good night, everybody.